Alright guys, so real quick, I'm going to go through a rather simple tutorial on how you can create your very own 3D models, kind of like what I have here. And some of this is going to require being able to make decent hair using the VRoid program, VRoid Studio. But you can easily find free hairstyles that you can use on Booth, which we'll get to that in a moment. Everything that I'm going to be talking about is going to be linked at the description in the YouTube video when this goes live. So real quick, what you guys see right here is actually my phone screen. These are my apps on my phone, and this is actually why it's super simple to make some really complex and really cool 3D models if you're looking for like an anime 3D model, kind of like my character here. So we're gonna go ahead. Like I said, I'm controlling this with my phone here. That's why there are two mouse pads. So I'm gonna kind of move my model a little bit out of the way. And as you guys can see here, I already have a model up and running. So the app that you're gonna want to pick up is called VRoid. It's it'll pop up here in a second. There you go. Literally type VRoid into the Play Store, and I think you'll be able to get a hold of all that. So as you can see here, I have my model that I had already created. You can kind of see that it looks similar to what I worked with here, and that's because I took this model and I imported it into VRoid Studio. We're gonna go ahead and create an all new model just for this like this demonstration. Oh crap! We're gonna go ahead and just kind of save this as a model, and we're gonna just give it a name, Guy. So after you create your model and everything else, after you do all the fun stuff to make it really cool looking and you like it and everything else, you have to go here to publish character onto VRoid Hub. This does require a Pixiv, I think that's how it's pronounced, a Pixiv account. And once you log in, you should be able to upload this directly to that hub, and from there we're going to stop using my phone, because once you're done with it from here, your phone's good. You can go ahead and put it off, and you can go and use your computer. Go ahead and set save privately, and we're done here. So we're going to go ahead and exit out of there. There's our new guy. This will be your character that you just created. This will appear on your VRoid Hub with all your characters and blah blah blah, all that good stuff. See, look at him in his very basic glory. Pretty cool. So if we go ahead, that we got him here, we can save him locally onto our computer. So there he is. He's going to be loaded there. Now, one of the big things about taking a model like this and importing it into VRoid, because it's not necessarily as simple as drag and drop, this creates the VRM file. So if this is exactly what you want, no different, no changes or anything like that, this is perfect. You can take this VRM file and plug it into anything, kind of like what I'm working with here. But if you want to go the extra mile and make like finer customizations, we're going to need to put this into actual VRoid Studio like this here. But again, unfortunately, it doesn't work so simply that we can just drag and drop whatever. So instead, what we need to do is we need to open up Blender, and there's gonna be, I'm gonna link a special version of Blender in the description that you can download that will have everything that you need to start this this process. Pretty much you need a version of Blender that also has a VRM importer. So once you have Blender up, we can go ahead and close out of this. We delete all this by highlighting it, right click, or we can just actually just hit the delete button. So there we go, we got this now. We got an empty thing. Once you guys have Blender open, make sure you come here, go to Preferences. You're going to have to install two things. I'll link both in the description, but first is the VRM converter, and well, first is the cats plugin, which again I'll link in here. Once you have the zip file, you don't have to unzip it or anything. You can install it. It'll be in the community tab. You can even search it up. Cats Blender plugin. Once it's downloaded and installed, we can exit here and then press in on your keyboard in order to open up this menu back over here. And then there'll be a cats thing that'll appear over here once it's installed properly. Hit here and import model. We're going to click the little lines here and hit VRM. If you don't have the VRM module installed, clicking this will tell you that you don't, and it'll give you an opportunity to download it. And then from there, we would do the same thing where we would come over here, go to Preferences, install, find it in the community tabs. We can even look it up by typing it out, and it'll be there. So anyways, if say we have everything installed and everything's good, we're going to go and look for our VRM file, which for me would be in my download section. And there's our VRM model right there. I just messed up, actually. I messed up because I went a little too fast. There's a button that you need to press, and this is important to do if you want to get all the textures. So when we're going in to import our model, we're going to click this button right up here where it says extract texture images into the folder. This will create a folder in wherever you have your models at that will show off all the different textures that come with the model that you created. Import VRM. It's take a little bit longer because it's creating that folder, but it will work with no problems. And here we have our model, and just in case if you guys want to see how it looks with everything on, boom. So from here, this is done. We don't need Blender anymore. We can actually go straight into VRoid Studio. So in order for this to work again, we're just going to have to create a new model. So to start off with, we're going to go into face and then hit texture. And then what I tend to do actually is I'll delete the default image. So this one's for the eyebrows specifically. And then I will import on the layer section. From here, you locate the folder. So I'll go ahead and drag this over here. You locate the folder that was created. So for me, it would be like right here in my downloads, because that's where we downloaded the thing, but it'll be in whatever folder you have the model in. And so for here, you locate the eyebrows. So for the eyebrows, for me, it's image 0. And there they go. They just immediately jump right in, and those are our eyebrows for our guy character. And we're going to keep going on. We don't need anything with the mouth because the mouth doesn't really change. Irises. For eyes, this is a big deal. Yeah, I'm really bad at making eyes, personally. And I'm not really a big fan of the default eyes on the VRoid models either. They don't look bad, but I feel like they're not. I don't think they're indicative of the kind of eyes that you can create. So let's go ahead and just get rid of those. And then we're going to import. We're going to import. So our new eyes are right here. They're image 6. And boom, there we go. There's the new eyes. And by the way, you guys can customize the eyes and everything else on the VRoid app. So yeah, yeah, all this stuff can be customized. By the way, this is just a very simple and basic way of being able to import all this stuff. All right, we're going to delete this, and then we're going to import the next one. So image 7 is, for me, is the eye highlights. This is what makes the eyes sparkle. And there we go. Look at that. It looks pretty too. It's kind of hard for you to see it, so let me get out of the way. They just zoom that in and then get out of the way. So we got some new eye sparkles. All right. Next up is this is like the inner parts of the eye. And I don't think this changes too terribly much. But I think there are a little bit of differences there. And I think it just makes it look a little cleaner, personally. But it could just be that I expect it to look better. The face, this is so if you change skin color and any of that stuff, you're gonna want to import this stuff also. But I don't think the base skin color changes anything. So we're gonna go ahead and delete. This will be pretty easy in order to find and locate in your folder, because it's just gonna be this really weird looking face image. Yeah, no, I don't think that changed anything at all. We are working with the base model in VRoid on phones also, so there's that too. All right, this is the eyelashes for I can't think. My brain's not working all of a sudden. We're going to go ahead and import. And for me, image 12 is the eyelashes for, I think the default male doesn't have any. Oh, there we go. The changes weren't making effect for a second. But there we go. There's the eyelashes, and then the eye line. This is again really easy in order to locate because it's pretty. It looks kind of weird. So let's go ahead and load in. This will be at image 13. It'll look a little funky, but once it's in here, it'll make total sense. And there we go. Doesn't that look clean? Just clean. Nice. Let's continue on. So that's our face. We got our face all finished up. We're not going to worry about the hair because the hair is going to be its own thing. All right. All right. This is where we're going to find our body texture for our model also. So if we delete the default texture, you'll notice it'll completely erase everything here. Which is fine. That's okay. That happens. Like I said, we're going to go and import our new model, which is right here. Ta-da! Now, this actually does do a few things. If you notice here, this all right here is transparent. So that what this does is more or less it just cuts down on polygons. And it also means that whenever you if you're using this for VRChat or something, you won't have clipping through say the shoulder blades or your gut or anything like that. But if say you want to make a crop top or whatever, you're going to want to keep that skin in there. But of course, this will all be depending on what you decide to change with the model. In VRoid. For me personally, I didn't really change anything about the model itself. I just changed the hair because I have the hair preset. I already paid for it. So yeah, anyways, here we're gonna go ahead and go straight to the clothing editor. So if we look back at our model here, our model was basically just wearing pants and the hoodie. but with the texture installed, that it looks kind of like they're wearing shorts. So what we're gonna do is we're going to go back into VRoid, and we're going to give them that same clothing. So we're going to give them a hoodie, and the uniform pants, they're already wearing them, and the loafers, which is perfect because they're already wearing the loafers. And I think we can probably get rid of the tie because I don't think they're wearing any neck accessories. If you're wearing neck accessories, you'll probably want to put on whatever accessories that closely resemble what you're wearing. So like I'm wearing a necklace in my model currently, and I made the necklace by taking this tie image and then mapping a new texture over top of it, which I can actually do that right now, but I'll save that for later. Textures, let's go. So we got a texture. We're gonna go ahead and delete the original file. Man, now we can see our model all naked. Alright, let's go ahead and import our jacket, which is right here. I don't think there are really any changes. I think maybe the color might be a little brighter, but I don't know. Alright, so there we go. There's the jacket. We can modify the jacket personally in the design section, but we're going to do that later. Let's go ahead and go to the uniform pants. We're going to delete the uniform pants because we don't need them. And then we're going to import the new uniform pants, which are going to be right here. Is it going to catch up? There it is. Okay. And there you go. That's how you make your shorts. And in case you're curious, it's just taking the base model and just deleting all of this information right here. I think they might have added some lines right there to make it look like the pants actually end normally. And then I think our loafers are, again, pretty much exactly the same, but we're going to go ahead and just continue on import the loafers, which is going to be image 17. And there they are, I think. I can't tell if it's finished loading. For whatever reason, VRoid's being very finicky right now. And because I said I would do it, I'm going to go ahead and show you how you can make this tie into a really cool necklace. So we're going to go ahead and delete the base image. And then import. I actually have to go into right here. This is where it would be, image 20. This is just the image I have, and boom, look at that. It turned a very geeky looking tie to a super cool, awesome looking little necklace there. It looks cool. And you can also do smaller necklaces too, I suppose. If we were to do that again, we would just import and then we'd find a different one. So for me personally, I have another one that's right here. And this is the one I have currently on my model. Smaller necklace. Alright, so anyways, now that we have the clothing and everything else, all that's modeled out properly, we just have to kind of mess around with the clothing design-wise so we can make certain things a little bit smaller. We can make the jacket a little poofier if you wanted to. Basically, this is where we're going to kind of mess with the model to make it look how we would like it to, personally. And let's go to the uniform pants. Make sure that these don't look just like pants that we cut into shorts, because I always feel like pants that you cut into shorts just look kind of funny. We're going to loosen that crease, and we're going to increase those widths, and boom, we got shorts. And none of this stuff down here does anything because this is all for the bottom of the pants. And there we go. We have the model. We have the model. It's all there. Alright, so if we go into the hair editor, this is gonna I'm not a professional with hair creation. There are a lot of tutorials from good English speaking people. on the interwebs about how to make and design hair. I am a nooblet and decided to buy my hair off of Booth. So we just import a hairstyle and boom. There we go. We have a hairstyle. We can go ahead and go in here and change parts of this hairstyle by like changing up textures and everything else. But this is the only part of the 3D modeling process that does require some effort on your part, because we cannot you can only import textures from this 3D model. Like I said, if this model here is perfect and you don't need to change anything else about it, then this is perfect as is. But if you wanted to make some radical changes or things like that to, say, the clothing, like for Dandy Man's jacket specifically, I had to import his model and make a whole new hair preset thing for his character, so that way we could have his proper jacket on. We had to essentially make a whole new hairstyle for it to make it work. But after that, guys, like I said, this essentially is good to go. And what I personally like to do, and I found out that this actually makes the models look a lot better in my opinion, is here, if you go to General Editor, you can actually change the outline of the model. So like you can add an outline color to, or an outline to the hair and face and body if you wanted to have a very cartoony, cell shaded like looking model. But I think that it actually looks a lot better without it, straight down to 0. And I think that just makes for a super clean looking model, even especially if you ever throw this into like VRChat and you're using it personally. You just go to export, and what I suggest people do to just cut down on polygons for your model. This isn't gonna make it super low or anything, but go to polygon reduction. Don't worry about doing any of this stuff, because I've noticed that by decreasing polygons here even to its maximum, you don't ever get to a really reasonable number of polygons here, and it just makes the model look like complete doo-doo water. But delete transparent meshes definitely, and this just takes all that transparent stuff that we saw that we created through the skin and the shorts here. That just straight up deletes them. They don't exist anymore. And so that this will be proper shorts now instead of pants, and we won't have a stomach at all. I guess technically they could have gone a little bit like a step further and deleted some of the arms, but it's what it is. Anyways, after we do that, we can also go down to here to material reduction and cut down materials from 19 to 2. And I haven't noticed any dip in quality in the model by doing this either. From there, you can go ahead and export, and this will create your new VRM file that you can mess around with and do all that jizzle jazz. And from there, you can use it in whatever program that supports VRM models, which a lot of programs do, including the one I'm using right now, which is VDraw currently, and stuff like that, which is kind of neat. I can go ahead and actually, since we're here, go ahead and show you guys how to actually make your VRoid models into models that you can play with in VRChat. So you need a very specific type version of Unity. Again, I can kind of link that in the description. You need a very specific version of Unity because you need to install very specific modules into Unity, and you're going to need to do this every time you create something new. We're going to put our guy into VRChat. Alright, so once you have Unity up, we're going to right click in this little box here, and it's going to require two packages, two very specific packages. And I'll be linking all this stuff in the description also. So I'm going to be using the VRC SDK 3, and I just think it's because you get to customize a little bit more about your avatars in this version as opposed to VRC SDK 2. This more or less is just using the 3.0 models over the 2.0 ones. And if you know all your jizzle jazz about Unity, I don't personally. If you know all your stuff about that, then you can use this as a means of making custom animations for emotes and stuff like that. You wouldn't be able to do that with the SDK 2. Alright, there we go. We got our VRC SDK right there. It's compiling the scripts right now, and good. Nope. Okay. Now we're good, I think. Alright, so we're going to import another package, and then it's going to be the VRM converter for VRChat 25.30. There it is. Okay, there we go. And we're going to click VRMO up here and hit import. So let's go ahead and go to our downloads and get our awesome guy, the one that we created with VRoid on the phone, not the one that I recreated in VRoid Studio, because we want that super basic hair. But this is so that way you guys also know that you can take something simply just from creating on your phone and put it straight here too if you wanted to. There he is. If we wanted to, we can double click over here and just kind of get an idea. Yes, this is who we are putting in. And then we're going to click on here again to VRMO and click duplicate to duplicate and convert for VRChat. This screen will appear. If you're using anything that's not from VRoid, you can click here to make it compatible for the Quest. But if you notice, this model has 20,510 polygons, which exceeds the 7,500 that are allowed from Quest users. So you won't be able to get this on Quest, unfortunately. But I'm sure people that can work their modeling magic already know how to dumb down polygons without destroying their model. So anyways, once you have all that set up, duplicate and convert. And it should create a second looking model right here. Once everything's converted properly, we are good. We can now click on our guy. There he is. That's Guy. That's Guy. So once we click on him, it's very important that we go over here to VRC avatar descriptor, and the first thing that's going to be here is called view position. We need to modify this because if you notice, if you're going to use this for VRChat, the actual that little ball, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a little ball right here. We need that out here in front of the eyes, otherwise we're going to be seeing the world from the inside of Guy's face. So I tend to set this directly to 0, so it's in the middle of the face. And then I play around with the Z here. So it's normally something very small, so like 0.1. 0.1, we already can see that the ball's starting to appear outside of the face, but we're going to want it to be pulled out a little bit farther. So we're going to put like 4.5 maybe? Nope, that's too far. 4.3. 4.2. No, 1.2. I don't know why I'm saying 4. Okay, so this makes it appear just in front of the face. And if you have really long hair that appears over the eyes, you're gonna want this ball to be to appear over the hair. But for us, since our hair doesn't actually cover our eyes at all, I think we're gonna be okay with having the ball centered right here. And so once we got that set up, we are actually, that's probably about the simplest that you need to go. Now the biggest thing with the when it comes to importing models into VRChat is that you need to have a specific amount of time in VRChat, not the Steam version alone. You have to have a VRChat account specifically. Now, if you link your Steam account with VRChat, I think it accounts for the amount of time that you've had in VRChat before you created the VRChat account, just in case. So, like for me, I had like, I want to say like 30 hours in VRChat, but only on the Steam version, and then I created my VRChat account like locally, and then I think maybe a day later they sent me the email saying I could create stuff finally. So you need to have all that set up before you do this, or at least, you know, have that ready. So we're gonna go ahead and hit VRChat SDK and then go to open control panel. It'll open up a thing that looks like this, and we are going to type in our username, type in our password. I feel like the ninjas out there are gonna be like, I heard the way that he typed and now I know his password. Alright, and you guys can actually see here all my creations that I've made so far. And so you can use this as a means of being able to mess with any creations that you've already made. You can delete old ones if you want to, so on and so on and so on. But we're going to go to Builder, and there's going to be a bunch of problems. It's going to say there are a bunch of issues. The material on the avatar has different shaders, blah blah blah. There's something wrong here. There's too many materials, blah 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 blah, all that stuff. Way too many polygons, pretty much. And this is generally why you set materials to 2 in VRoid Studio. But you can say just cut down on some of these problems. But for just the instances of creating a VRoid model and bumping it right into VRChat, this will still be okay. It's not optimal, but I'm sure you guys can. I'm sure there are plenty of videos out there that will allow you to mess around with all that. Anyways, once you guys got all that good, everything else, build and publish for Windows, and we'll be doing that. Or, yep, there we go. We're gonna move this over. So now we have our more or less, this is where we plug in our information. So I don't know who or how or what, who did what in order to like make this, but this is not good for my screen personally, so I have to scale it up a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and name our avatar. Our avatar's name is Guy, and he is a guy that is a guy. We don't need to do any content warnings because this guy's never going to be anywhere. It's going to be private. And we have to check this little box here that says that, yes, you created this avatar. Yes, you did it all. Yes, it is yours. And you are uploading it. You guys can play with the camera here. There is a camera. There is a camera that controls how the thumbnail appears. I only just recently figured out how to make thumbnails, and it's kind of janky. I'm not going to bother doing that here because I think that this is already going on long enough. We're almost an hour in already, and I'm not sure what all of that's going to be actually making into the actual YouTube video when it goes live. But yeah, so there we go. We have our zoomed in face. We can make it even zoomer. There we go. that's going to be our icon. And we're going to have to zoom out of here to click upload. There we go. Update complete via launch VRChat to see your uploaded content. Jesus, I can speak. I know languages. I know English. Okay, we are in VRChat. There's the model I was creating last night. And let's go ahead and look and find our guy. There he is. There's Guy. We did it, guys. Boom. Looking as awkward as possible. Can he crouch? He can crouch. And that makes it worse. Alright. So yeah, there you go, guys. This is how you guys take your VRoid model from your phone, post it onto your PC, and if you wanted to modify it, you can modify it through VRoid Studio by using Blender and VRoid Studio together, and that's how you guys upload it to VRChat. Thanks everyone for coming and checking it out. This was a little weird, and I will see you guys later. Thanks. As always, guys, thank you so much for coming out and checking out the stream. If you like what you saw, maybe consider following so that you can watch some more sometime. And if you really like me and you want to support me in this channel, maybe subscribe. If you guys have any suggestions, feel free to use the suggestion box right here in Twitch. You can find it in the upper right corner of the chat. If you're on mobile, or if you're on desktop, it's going to be in the About Me section. You can also join the Discord if you like. The link can be found by typing !Discord in the chat. There we gab and have fun and share memes. But most importantly, it allows me the opportunity to get to know you. You can suggest future content there, as well as vote on what you would like to play for Community Day, which is every Thursday starting at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks again so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys again very soon.